What's up, people? Rich Airey. It's the Airey Brothers podcast. I'm here with my co-host, the Prince of 1512, Prince James. How you living, dog?
What up, Richie? How you doing over in OKC, my man?
You know, we're making it happen. We're finding some new trails here. There are trails to be had here in Oklahoma City, so I've been searching those out and going for some trail runs lately, and it's been pretty good. So just got to get up pretty early to get them done, because if you're not done by 9 o'clock, you're in trouble. So
yeah, too hot,
dude. It's hot, and I mean, it's humid here too, which is surprising to me. I'm used to the Jersey humidity, and you think that it's usually something that comes by the coast and whatnot. But dude, I get done some days, and I am like wringing out my shirt, just like having a puddle of water, a puddle of sweat. So I've just been making sure that I get to bed early and can get out. Try to get on the road at least by 6 and be running by 6:30 or 7 at the latest, and that seems to be working. But once that sun comes up around 9:30, dude, it's brutal.
That's a bummer to hear, man. I don't miss that shit at all.
No, I've been fortunate the last 2 years being in Leadville, in Colorado, where that's just not even a factor. The only time I wore shorts the past 2 summers was when I was training. Other than that, I was in, pants. But we're making it work, you know what I mean? It's all good. Life is good. It could certainly be much, much worse, but, it's pretty good, so I can't complain. How you doing?
Man. Dude, I'm doing good, man. I just finished my precision nutrition course on Saturday. I was super stoked about that, and just super stoked about the whole outcome of that and what I learned, and ready to get started on some of those teaching methods.
Right on. I saw that. I was pretty stoked for you. I know you've been working hard on that, so that's it's good that you got that out of the way, and it's motivating to me because I have a test that I need to take, and I have a deadline for August or July 31st to have it done and completed. So that was just kind of a little kick in the pants for me to get back onto the book and get that VDOT clinic and certification out of the way, so I can add that and be up on their website and whatnot. And I mean, it's stuff that I already use and do, but just to have the official on the record, it was good for me to see that. It motivated me over the weekend, so thank you for that.
Yeah, anytime, man. I think this whole, being a coach and trying to improve ourselves as athletes and coaches, it never ends. And it just, once I finish this, it's like, well, what do I want to learn next? What do I want to study next? What do I want to kind of dive into? I feel if you're not doing that as a coach, you're just dying as a coach, kind of. And when I was in high school, I always just wanted to get out of school and get it done with. But as I grow older, and kind of start figuring out ways I can learn and just learn better, it's just I have to continue learning. It's part of just becoming a better person, or just obtaining knowledge, sitting down and studying. Like for me, there's not to get all woo-wooey, but there's something sacred about it, or something makes you feel good when you do it.
Oh shit, did you just go full Paul check on me right there?
Yo, whatever, bro. On your chakras, fucking get your pen and your notebook, draw out some things, tell me about your daddy issues.
That neck pain is daddy issues, bro.
Yo, it's the ankle, that's why I can't run, man. It's all daddy. Every time I run that ankle, it just gets tighter and tighter, dude.
It's when we were in elementary school, Matt Dasty ran over his fucking Achilles tendon, dude. Ended his fucking running career for good at the Ocean Road 2-mile fun run, dude. Ran right over the back of his fucking calf Achilles tendon, and he was fucking pissed.
Who rode his bike, you?
No, I was running. It was one of my friends from Ocean Road. Matt Dasty was his name. He fucking was riding his bike alongside the leaders and stuff, and somehow he fucking clipped the old man and took him out. Yeah.
Dude. He's like ready to make his comeback at 35 on road races and shit. Dude fucking destroyed his comeback. He was gonna write a book about all he had to do was cut grass and you'd run faster.
Well, that's the thing. That's what he was doing too. Like, I don't even remember him like really training that day. I think what happened was we went over there to sign up in the morning, and he kind of saw that there was like no one around, so he's like,
Open
fuck it,
field.
I'm gonna jump in and just whoop on people, and he fucking got run over by a little kid. And that was it, dude. After that, the calf was fucking dunzo. Never ran a step again.
No, but it's funny that I think of it, right? That dude taught us about pacing and all that stuff, and it's like all that dude was doing all those years cutting grass was just pacing himself, just like taking his time, or not taking his time, but figuring out the pace that he could work at, and just like doing it. Like,
dude, that dude had no pace. Did you ever see that guy come in the
bro? He never stopped. He never fucking stopped.
He
never slowed down either. He never slowed down. That's what I'm saying.
He was at 11 all the time.
Always.
Dude,
that's a pace, bro. That's a vicious pace.
You'd be over at fucking Victor's house chilling in the pool, and those dudes would open the gates, and he would come in, and you'd just fucking clear a path. Like, he knew just not to get in the way, just fucking keep your head down and not even let him acknowledge you, because it was just end up fucking getting yelled at or something thrown at you for no reason.
Raging Richard.
Dude, a whirlwind of fucking Tasmanian devil with a lawnmower.
Oh, dude. Yo, Yankee Stadium, bro.
But I know we're a little late to the game on this, but I figure, you know, who better to critique professional fighters than two dudes that have never actually stepped into a cage and fought?
Whatever, man. We've been watching this shit since '03. We were watching this when Eddie Alvarez was fighting in Atlantic City. Now he's the UFC champ.
Bro, I saw him fight at the Rexplex when he was talking about it the other day with fucking whoever's podcast. I think he was on Matt Serra and Jimmy Norton's. He was talking about beating up one of Matt Serra's guys at the Rexplex in Elizabeth, and I think Pete and I were actually at that fight. So, but yeah, I always think back to Shank when he always fucking would say, "How many fights have you had, bro?"
Yeah, more than us, man.
But yeah, I know. I mean, I can remember buying the box set of the first 4 UFCs back in the day with the fucking Hoist Gracie type shit. But yeah, I mean, we've been around long enough and have trained with quite a few different guys, UFC veterans that have fought here or there in the UFC, and you know, I think it was unfortunately billed to be, you know, the best, you know, fight card ever, and you know, as always when they do that, it, in my opinion, doesn't necessarily live up to the billing, and
they overhyped it and oversold it so much that there's no way it could have lived up to the expectation unless every fight was a freaking knockout or a war, and they lost that main fight.
Yeah, you know, and the other thing I think they need to do is they need to do something about when they show that shit, because I can't fucking stay up till 12 o'clock. Like, I'm falling asleep like halfway through the card, like in the Frankie's fight, and it's just like, unless you're living on the fucking West Coast and you can watch it at a reasonable hour, like you're on the East Coast or the Central Time Zone, dude, you're fucking like, if you're on the East Coast, that shit was going on past 1 o'clock. It's just like, can't be doing that shit. That's fucking, people are paying good money for that. Like, there's got to be a better way that they can air that so fucking people on the East Coast and the Central Time Zone don't have to be up fucking till fucking midnight or 1 o'clock.
Well, the cards are huge to begin with, right? There's like a huge undercard. How many fights are on the undercard? Like 7 or more. And then you're starting, so you're like doing a nighttime event. Like, have it during the day so it's over at like 7, wherever it's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just fucking. I mean, even, you know, yeah, like, cause that one time that we went and watched Kurt fight in Vegas, like, we still didn't get out of there till like, I want to say like 11 by the time we left the venue and everything, and it's like, No one wants to go out and do shit after that unless you're fucking got some dance enhancers and some disco biscuits.
Well, yeah, dude. Because usually I luck out on the UFC cards out here. Usually it starts, on West Coast time. They're usually over by 10. But the other night I watched EBI, and that started at 7 on the East Coast time, and that felt like it was going on forever, man. And it like 12, I think it was over. Maybe a little later, and I went right to bed after that, and I was falling asleep during most of the matches.
Yeah, and that's an even tighter niche market where, like, you really got to be into that shit.
Yeah, and it's so funny, dude, because, like, I came out here because, Gio was, my favorite jiu-jitsu guy. He was the one who I saw and was like, well, that's what I want to do, and it's like, he's the only one I like watching. Everyone else that competed, I was like, that chick Grace, she's awesome, dude. That little girl from 10th Lane of Bethlehem, she's a killer, by the way.
She's like 13, right?
Yeah, she's really good.
Is she like a professional? Is she like making money doing that shit?
I thought I heard something that they were paying the kids or something like that, but I don't know what the deal is with that. I might just be talking out of my ass. I'm gonna make that up. Yeah, don't quote me on that. But I mean, it was it was a good tournament. Gio did really well. I was impressed with his performance. But what did you think of that UFC 200 card, man?
Dude, I would say lackluster at best. Like, I was after Jones got dumped. I was just looking forward to watching Frankie fight and taking another title, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be. I don't know. But it wasn't like Aldo was like beating. I mean, he beat him up, but it wasn't like he took it to him. You know what I mean? He was just very calculated with his shots, and he connected. And then that bullshit where he just like goes berserker for the last 10 seconds to steal a round. That's I don't know. Like there's got to be some changes in the judging. Not that if I was a judge, I would have probably scored it the same way. I don't think Frankie did enough to win. But yeah, that was kind of aggravating. That the minute you hear that clack and he would like jump and throw a knee and then like have a fury for 10 seconds. It's just like. But he did what he had to do. He was good with the takedown defense, and now it's him and Connor, hopefully.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize how hard like Frankie is to beat, because you look at his losses, they're all like fights that could have went either way, really. Like, I don't think he's ever been finished or just been beat to hell where you didn't think he had a horse in the race in the fight, so he's a tough dude to beat. I think Jose had a great game plan, knew exactly what to do. It was hard to watch, I'm not going to lie, because I wanted Frankie to win. Kind of sucked. I just felt he really deserved the shot with Connor. He deserved that payday. That dude's been around so long. Hopefully Jose doesn't make the fight or something, and Frankie can get in there on short notice and get some cash, get a cash grab.
Yeah, and that's what Chael was saying too. Is like now the UFC is kind of screwed because now you've got to make that matchup with McGregor and Aldo, and it's like the dude's already bailed on 5 fights. Like, you're going to be investing a lot of money, to do this and hope that he can, make the fight. And then on top of the fact that the dude just doesn't sell fights, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he doesn't speak English.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like, I get it. You're from another country, and I don't speak another language. But if your main source of income is in a fucking American market, like, you need to be putting forth an effort. Like, there's no reason why guys like him or Anderson Silva fucking need translators. Like, that's just bullshit. Like, you see those guys in the Tour de France, all those American guys back in the day when they were doing good, those dudes all spoke French. You know what I mean? Like, they did what they had to do to market themselves and fucking be in the society and in the culture that was going on over in Europe, and these guys were just like, nah, I'm going to fucking speak Portuguese, fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, I think that's